I'm not attacking you right now. I'm giving you a chance to say your version of history.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
And so, my version of history is the largest amount of land possible was given to the Arabs. What was left of the land was supposed to be a Jewish homeland. The Arabs who were living there, and in the Arab world in general, rejected it. Civil war broke out. The British couldn't handle the problem. The British decided, after giving away a load of land to the Arabs, they couldn't control Israel, the West Bank and Gaza, and they gave that to the United Nations. The United Nations then took a vote on what to do, and they voted to partition, they voted to partition the land. Britain abstained from the vote. Britain was one of two Western nations that refused to vote in the partition vote. So Britain didn't create Israel. The United Nations voted to recognise it, and then Israel declared independence very quickly. 8 Arab armies invaded, and now we're getting to the border there. You asked me about the borders, this is why it's coming around to. Israel was invaded by 8 Arab armies.
Where's 8?
8, so
Arab. I'm happy. I'm learning. You got it.
So you have Syria.
Are we having a history lesson?
We're having my
history. I don't think the history is relevant in this case. What was and it's there.
No, it is relevant.
He's asking. We're talking about.
But we're coming to it. We're building a case.
The problem is that if one side dropped their weapons, there will be no war, and if the other side drops its weapons, every single Jewish person in Israel will die.
Thank you for that. Go ahead.
And I'm saying this because 3 years ago I was relieved to my service as a soldier in the IDF.
Okay, nice. So come here if you're a soldier in the IDF. Come and speak to us.
I'm not a soldier anymore.
Well, you were. Come here and let's talk about you being a soldier in the IDF.
It's valuable.
Come here. You got experience. So you got. We have the leader of the Israeli advocacy movement, and then you have a former IDF fighter. Yeah.
Of Israel.
Whatever. You are working with the IDF. Yeah. All right. No problem. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you very much. Okay. So for me, she was talking about the history not being relevant. This is why I've let you speak for about 3 minutes. You have. All I was going to say to you is that why I personally believe that the history is incredibly relevant. Forget about Israel, like you said for a second. Forget about this whole Zionist thing. Forget about it. Yeah. Let's pretend we're in Speaker's Corner in 2100. Yeah. Well, 2100. Or let's say 2080. And let's do a little counterfactual history right now. Yeah. Let's do a little counterfactual history right now. Yeah. Let us pretend that the Islamic State, or they call themselves the Islamic State, Daesh, or ISIS, or ISIL, or whatever they are, they were able to establish themselves a state. Let's just pretend for the sake of argument. And now they've got their own infrastructures, they've got their own parliament, they've got this and that and whatever. Someone he's now born into the Islamic State, and now this is fast forward to 2100, comes over here at Speaker's Corner, and he's making the case for the legitimacy of the Islamic State. He starts saying, look, the Islamic State, expelled the Yazidis and these things, and he starts making excuses and these things. He says, however, what is history doesn't matter anymore, because history of the past doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter.
That's what you just said.
No,
so history doesn't matter
this
anymore.
argument is irrelevant anymore because
fine.
both have
just
history
saying,
which means it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Now.
Whichever way you say it.
Rotem. If your great-grandchild spoke to that person's great-grandchild who's saying that the Islamic State is a legitimate state.
I'm saying I'm tired of burying my family, and the other side is tired of burying their family as well. And in 2008, we offered 94% of the West Bank.
I haven't got a problem with what you're saying. I'm just saying something else.
You want to make
but listen, we might be you, right? But I'm just speaking here generally about a specific counterfactual history. I want your opinion on it, right? Your great-grandchild or your grandchild or your daughter, she's having a conversation with someone else who's now part of this Islamic State where they were born in it, yeah? Or
you know what? If it was 200 years ago, I would say you stay. That's why exactly I don't come to Poland or to Germany and ask the Germans to give back my grandfather's house.
Okay, excellent. So the Islamic
State... But that's not the case in Israel. My family has been in Israel since the Second Temple.
No, that's fine. Now I've understood your point, right? Your point is, so long as you win a country in war...
No, she's not saying that.
Fine.
She said her family has been there for 2,000 years.
That's fine. That's a fair enough point. If you believe in that, then you...
That's not proven.
No problem. I accept. If you believe in that, that's not a problem. What you say then is you don't say, I believe in a democratic or a liberal logic. You don't say
She's not
that.
saying that at all.
So-
You're talking about the
I'm
rights
saying
of
I want two
indigenous
states.
people. You're saying the Palestinians are an indigenous people. Yeah, that's what most Muslims will say. Yeah, she's saying that Jews,
So, yeah, so go
Jews
ahead.
are also indigenous to that land. I've got a friend, a very close friend of mine.
What are we going back to?
No, I've got a friend of mine from Gaza. They lived there continuously until 48 when the Egyptians kicked them out.
Egyptians.
The Egyptians kicked them out in 1948. Yeah, when the
Oh,
Egyptians
okay,
conquered
okay.
Gaza.
I thought you were talking all the way back to the
Oh, no,
ancient
no, not
Egyptians.
fair,
'Cause
not fair.
I know you guys do that.
That was different religion,
Go ahead, go
different
ahead.
people.
Different rulers, but no, the Egyptians kicked them out, yeah, and they had to go and do it wider Israel. All we're saying is, she said she supports a two-state solution, so she supports the potential for a Palestinian state, yeah? Why
Is that what you
can't...
support as well?
So I'll be absolutely honest, I used to be 100% for a two-state solution.
support now?
Now I have, whether it's a one-state, two-state, 29-state, I just want peace. And whatever's going to bring
Okay.
peace about, that's what I support.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I
Okay,
come from
good.
a family
Okay, that's an
that
easy thing to
died.
say. I hope.
No, no, no,
I
it's
hope
not.
peace can
I
be-
come
And I'll
from a
give-
family that buried their son. I need to, every year I visit my
Muslim family.
a Jewish family, and I have Muslim sons that bury their family as well. I go to my dad's grave, my uncle's grave, my friends' graves every single year, and I am tired of it.
Okay, fine.
We are sick and tired of it.
But
We tried
with
making
respect, Rocha, with respect. Like if we could, sorry.
and I agree with you. There are families that lost their dear ones on the other side as well, and
No,
we
it's
need
not.
it to
You've made,
stop.
sorry, Rocha,
Yes.
with the greatest of respect, you've made the Palestinian casualty respected to the Israeli casualty the exception and not the rule. The rule is the Palestinian casualty, and the exception is
good to
the
see.
Israeli casualty. If you look at the amount of casualties in the two intifadas, there were of an excess of 10,000 people in two of
You
those
want to talk
intifadas.
about the casualties of the German experience in the Second World War?
That's nothing to do with the Muslims.
No, but if one side attacks the other, then if the other side is stronger, other casualties on the
So
other
what's
side will
World War
probably
II and Hitler got to do with the Palestinian experience?
Okay, let's just say Hitler was bad, right? He attacked England, right? He attacked England, right?
Okay, yes.
Right? Correct?
Yeah, all right.
Sorry, my English is not as good as
No, it's good. Go ahead.
England fought back, right?
Okay.
Correct. So
Yeah,
right?
yeah, all right.
Killed a lot of Germans, right?
Killed a lot of?
Germans, England, right?
okay, yeah.
Germans also killed a lot of English,
Yes.
but England killed more Germans than English, right?
England killed?
More Germans than the
I haven't looked at the
Germans
stats. I haven't looked at the stats.
killed, more or less.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, go on.
Some innocent died, right?
Some innocent.
On both sides, right? But still, the Brits killed more Germans because the Germans attacked, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I feel sorry for every single person that was born in Gaza, lived horrible lives, with horrible government, corrupt government.
What government
And
are
I
we
do,
talking about?
but
The Israeli one?
no,
Hamas. 12 years
Hamas.
there haven't been an election there.
So do you reckon, do you actually
Let me
believe
just
that the
finish.
Israeli
Let me
government...
just finish.
Good, sorry.
Okay? I was in Beersheba when we signed a ceasefire, and then 10 minutes later, there were 14 rockets fired at me.
Okay.
If one side
Those
dropped
little rockets
its
are
weapon,
fireworks.
if Israel
There's little
dropped
fireworks
its
that kill
weapon,
people.
How many people have they killed
It
compared
was
to the
not
Israeli?
fireworks, honey. I was there. I saw the fireworks next to me.
They're small rockets. They are small rockets.
There's
They're
no
handmade
rockets that
rockets.
kill people.
This is the disgrace of the conversation because you belittle Jewish suffering, Israeli suffering, Israeli Arab and
It's
Jewish
not
and
even
Jewish.
the suffering part. It's if
I've
Israel
just said
dropped
that
its
the
weapon,
rockets
we
are
will
not
all
comparable.
die. And if
When you-
Gaza stopped fighting
when you've
and
got-
wanted to
when you've
talk,
got-
the war will be over.
What we're talking about is a disparity in the military capabilities of two places.
We're not, because you make the mistake. You think it's just Israel and Palestinians. It's Israel, Iran, Syria. You've got major.
Do you reckon
that's-
Syria and
It's
Iran
not
are
even
involved?
that.
It's an Israeli-Arab conflict.
Do you
We've been
reckon-
outgunned and outnumbered.
Depends on what you're
It's not
talking
even
about. You're
talking
talking about
about
the recent
military.
period.
No.
We're talking about the fact that
You're talking about her life.
Who gives Hamas the weapons they're using?
What do you
She
want
was
to
dead
do?
like
Who gave Hamas the weapons that they fired at her? Who gave Hamas the weapons that they fired at
Let's
her?
leave other countries
So,
aside.
Yeah,
you're
Iran,
talking
it's
about
Iran.
Syria
Let's
and
leave that
Iran,
aside
but
for
not
a
anymore.
moment. What's your name?
Not
again?
anymore.
What is your name?
Mohammed.
Nice to meet you.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Let's not
Go
talk
on.
about other countries. Okay? Let's talk about Israel.
War reparations.
Okay? Not Iran, no
We
Iraq.
will not to embarrass someone.
Iran and Syria are not funding Hamas now.
We do not to
Do you know who
embarrass.
was funding Hamas in 1980?
So this is an
No,
age
no, no.
of...
Do you know who was funding Hamas
You're
in
going to say the
1980?
Israeli government?
Yeah, the Israeli government.
Yeah,
Can you show us the
fighting
evidence?
that. May I-
Well, she accepts the evidence. Do you know the reason why they were funding them?
Muhammad, may I-
No, you tell us.
because they saw the PLO as the biggest threat.